Yeah, I think the Iowa nice is real. Everyone's very nice here. I don't know. It's not too different though. I feel like I'm not homesick just because the team is a family, and yeah, I think if it was my freshman year, I would have been a little more caught off guard. Like, where's my family? But since I had 3 years at college, every year I progressively saw them less, even though I was only a half hour from home.
Iowa was not picked in the top 5 in the Big Ten. Is there a little bit of a chip on the shoulder collectively this year?
Oh, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Like, what? Come on.
Have you had talks with Caitlin at all, and how much? I mean, you guys text back and forth just in any way? I mean, I know she's real busy, and you're busy with the new role.
Yeah, I've never met her yet, so
okay.
Hopefully that comes soon. That would be pretty cool.
What's it been like playing with this team and with all the success they had last year, but now it's all brand new? I mean, where have you seen a shift?
Wait, can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't really know what that question was. It didn't really make sense, and a lot of it came out of my mouth. I had a different thought. How about what's it like playing with? I know you haven't played with both Sid and Hannah together, but how would you describe your connection with them separately?
Yeah, I think Sid, I was saying this earlier, but she just does all the little things. She's so feisty. Her competitiveness is through the roof, and she just pushes you to be great. And I think everyone needs that teammate. And it's not a teammate that's hard to get along with at all. So I think on the court, we played in the summer together, and that was just so fun. But we play pickup in the summer, and we have to switch teams. And Sid and I are like, we don't want to switch teams. We want to be on the same team the whole time. So that's obviously good news because I love playing with her. And then Hannah, she's just getting back into practice. She's also just so competitive, and it's someone you want on your team and not on the team against you.
What was that? What type of pickup games would you play? Just at a random court, or what?
Oh, it would just be here, scrimmaging, 5-on-5, but without the coaches.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
was that an often thing that you guys did?
Yeah, we're trying to build the chemistry. We have 6 new players.
Going back to Jeff's question about having the chip on the shoulder, I mean, was there a group chat discussion after you guys saw the top 5 polls come out and you guys weren't on there, or what did you guys kind of say to each other after that?
Yeah, at first I just texted my dad. I'm like, what? But then, of course, we all talk with each other in the locker room before practice, and it comes up. We're like, yeah, come on, let's work every day in practice and see what we can do, because obviously no one else thinks we're going to do it.
Yeah. Was it a surprise? I mean, did you feel like you anticipated that you would be there'd be more, respect around this program at this point in the year?
I mean, I don't really know, but I've always been an underdog at Villanova, and it's fun. It's just, it gives some excitement when you win.
Yeah, how bad do you want to prove, do you guys want to prove to the nation that you can do it?
Yeah, I think for me it's more of I just hate losing, so every game I just want to come out and win. And then whatever happens from there happens. But yeah, everyone doubts us, and Hannah and Sid have done so much. They're tough, they're returning. They've been so far in the past 2 years. It's just I feel like they're disrespected. I want to play for them.
What do you perceive the biggest difference will be between the Big East and the Big Ten? Do you anticipate anything specific?
Yeah, I think right now, the physicality. I've played some Big Ten schools. Last year we played Illinois and Penn State. The physicality is definitely a lot stronger. Faster pace. Big East, I feel like it was a little slower, and also Big East doesn't have a big post. A lot of small forwards, but that's been an adjustment to playing.
What about the crowd size? You're going to have a packed house every night. How crazy is that to you? I don't know what kind of crowd you had at Villanova and across the conference.
Yeah, it's a little different. At Villanova, I think our stadium held 6,000. We maybe sold it out once or twice. I still can't even believe this place is sold out. I look around every day and I'm like, all those seats? That's crazy.
What was your reaction when you found out that it sold out, even with, this previous class leaving?
Yeah, I read it over and over again. I was like, what? That's awesome. And then Coach Day made a big deal about it. She had us walk up the stairs and was like, all these seats, people are coming to see you. They don't have to, so let's, the least you can do is work hard every day in practice and just try your best.
How often have you been compared to Caitlin?
I wouldn't say like compared too much because obviously she's insane and like a bucket, but also our games are so different. So I feel like it's hard to compare.
She does a lot of things that we all do, and she fits into our culture here at Iowa really great. So.
Jan mentioned some defensive wrinkles maybe that are different under her leadership as opposed to Coach Bluter. You talked about that at Big Ten Media Days. Can you talk a little bit about what's different defensively in practice?
Yeah, just a little bit. I think with the scoring that left the previous years, there's a lot to fill, and I think, we're not going to have someone shooting from the logo anymore, unfortunately, but I think definitely stepping up in our defense is super important, and so same philosophies as last year, but change it up a little, couple things, and really perfecting our zone as well. So.
Have you been trying a few logo shots? Just maybe bring that back to the team this year?
Not quite, not from me yet. Maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
How's your shot looking right now?
Good. It's a lot of form shooting. I'm not jumping right now, but next week I will be. So just still going through that process, but I'm excited.
Has that been real difficult from a mental standpoint? You're kind of inheriting the leadership role this year to be fighting the injury bug as well. Has that been a challenge mentally?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I obviously just love basketball. I love to compete and play with these girls, so it's been pretty hard sitting out and watching, but I'm grateful that it's a short recovery time. I'm excited about that, and I'm really excited about how my knee's feeling. It hasn't felt this way in quite some time, so I'm excited to get back out there.
Do you feel like the recovery's coming along as you expected, better than you expected? I mean, season opener's November 6th, I think. Do you feel like that's a realistic time to be back for you?
Yeah, I think when I come back, it's going to be what's best for me. And from my trainers and the team doctor, I think I'll definitely be back early November. I'm not quite sure when that is, but I think my recovery's been great. I've been doing a lot of pool workouts, which is a lot of fun, and just getting after it, lots of rehab, and doing everything I can to get back.
How long has the knee been an issue? I guess I don't know. I'm not sure if we knew that the knee had bothered you for so long.
Yeah. I had previous meniscus surgery in high school, and I mean, ever since my freshman year, there's been just sometimes it hurts more than others, but it just really, when we got back to school this year, it was bothering me a lot. So.
Yeah. One thing that Jan said was that I don't think you and Hannah have had a practice that's overlapped quite yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's still just so much left on the table in terms of what you guys can bring to the table just because you guys haven't had the chance to really get in sync yet with especially you two at least?
Yeah, for sure. I think people have been getting more opportunities, like with Hannah coming back and then me sitting out for some time, which is great to see, but I'm also really excited for like me, Hannah, and Lucy to really get after it and get up and down together. So.
What have you seen out of Lucy in these first few months? How is she kind of picking things up?
I mean, she's great. She's a phenomenal player, and from watching, I love watching her mid-range game the most. You guys haven't seen anything like it here probably, so it's really exciting for us, and then also fans. It's a little bit different style of play that we've seen. So, but her mid-range is great, but she's also just a great player all around, passing, attacking the basket. So.
Seems like everybody on the team, not that Caitlin wasn't nice, but like everybody on this team is really just nice. So who's the dog? Like, is there somebody that's picked up that? I know everybody's competitive, but you know what I mean, like the Caitlin flair. Is there somebody that's filled that role?
I mean, that's a little bit different. She's a little bit more fiery than others, but like, I'm super competitive. I'd say Hannah is pretty competitive. Maybe some trash talk here and there, but. No, I think Caitlin was on a different level than that, but like that was great for our team. I think she brought a lot of passion and energy that fed into others.
Who's the biggest trash talker now?
You.
Maybe me. Yeah, probably me, I guess.
I feel like you are too, though.
Yeah.
So how do your personalities gel, I guess?
I don't know. We're pretty similar in that way. Yeah, so we're always just laughing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Are you doing okay now, Hannah? I know that I don't think I saw you practicing when we were here a couple months ago, that you were still recovering from an injury. Are you back to 100% right now, or how are you feeling?
Yeah. Yes, I am practicing full now.
Okay.
I'm feeling great. It's been a lot of fun getting back in shape. But yeah, it's just been it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, we asked Jane about just some of the injury concerns right now, and she said that with Sydney out right now, that you and Sydney haven't had a chance to actually practice together since March or April or whatever. Do you feel like there's still, as frustrating as that might be, do you feel like that still leads to just you guys thinking there's still a lot left on the table in terms of growth and improvement for this team and this roster?
Yeah, I think absolutely. There was a short time where neither of us were practicing, and the team still did really well. So I think it just adding both of us in there will be just shoot us up even more, which is exciting.
And you blink, and now you're one of the older stateswomen on this team. I guess how do you see your role changing this year now with you being one of the people who've been here quite a long time?
Yeah, I see myself having to lead a little bit more, especially once we get into those tougher situations. Like, none of these girls have played in situations like this before, and I have some experience doing so. So just being able to lead them through things like that and throughout the season will be good for me.
I think last year, a lot of people on the outside said, hey, Iowa's selling out games right now, but that's only because Caitlin Clark is here. But the fans proved that wrong and sold out this entire season. Were you surprised at all, or did it at least impress you when you saw that Iowa, even a month before the season started, already sold out the season?
Yeah, I think impressed for sure, but that'll always impress me. But surprised, absolutely not. Our fans are loyal, and they're going to support us no matter what. It's not just Caitlin, it's the Iowa Hawkeyes and how we play and how we do things. So I don't think I was that surprised.
How do you feel like, obviously you guys didn't get to play a game, but how do you feel like your connection with Lucy Olsen is? How do you think that's brewing so far, just from the practices you guys had?
Yeah, I think it gets better every single day. We're not all the way there yet, just because we're both such high-level players, high-level athletes. So we're working on meshing it together and seeing what each other needs. But it's been a lot of fun figuring that out with her.
What's the biggest development in your personal game this year? Are you going to be more three-point shooting this season with Caitlin gone? Or, what's the level of the game that fans are going to see Hannah step up a little bit more this season?
Yeah, I think I'll take some more shots.
Yeah.
I didn't take as many shots, but my shooting percentage is high. So just taking more shots, getting more opportunities. I don't know. We'll see where they come from.
Yeah.
How's your kind of chemistry with Ava? Having a five now,
yes.
How are you guys playing off each other?
Yeah, we've been playing great together. She's always ready. She gets up and down really well. Her footwork's great. And I just love her. She's good at rebounding. She's good at a lot of things. So I think she's been doing really well.
Jan said that she's really separated herself in terms of the fives this year. Have you seen that too, just in these few months she's been on the roster, really some separation in terms of her talent compared to the other fives on the roster?
Yeah, absolutely. She's been working really hard. She works hard all the time, and I think that's really special. It can't be really taught. So I think her work ethic is amazing.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of great defenders in this program, which is pretty exciting when you put them all on the same floor. But yeah, I would definitely say that just with my length and speed, I can guard a couple different positions. So yeah.
You a logo shooter? I know that it's heard that Caitlin's not shooting logo shots anymore.
Yeah.
Is anybody? Is that going to be you this year?
It's not going to be me unless I'm playing Pig versus Tanner, our manager, and I beat him every time. But that's about it. But yeah, I'm more of just the set and shoot. Yeah. But yeah, not as deep as Caitlin's. Mm-hmm. Not from where her names are at.
Expectations outwardly are going to be a little bit down from where they've been. What do you think this team can do? What's the ceiling for this team?
Yeah, I really don't think there's a ceiling. I think, like I said, there's a lot of new. We have a lot of new players who obviously are soaking in all the information, and everyone's taking these new roles and soaking in a great way. But yeah, I think we're just really excited for this new team and the things that will come with it. We have a lot of different pieces that we can put together, and I think that's what makes us so versatile, is we just have so many different areas that we can be pretty strong in. So using all of those to our advantage, and I think having those low expectations are good for us. It keeps us driven, and we're going to keep controlling what we can control, having our inner circle and doing what we can to get better. But yeah.
Having said that, I mean, talking to some other players, it sounds like when the preseason Big Ten polls came out and you guys weren't in the top 5, that maybe that was a little bit of a motivational moment. Do you feel like you're using that as something to build a little bit more motivation in this team?
Yeah, I would definitely say that the rankings, I mean, it puts a little fire under us, but at the same time, in my opinion, rankings don't matter. All you can control is what you're doing. So just continuing to control what we can control and showing it on the floor when we play those teams when the games come around. So obviously that kind of puts a little fire under you and makes you a little bit upset and angry, but in a good way. It makes you just even more driven than what you already were.
What was your reaction when you get... Is there a water bottle? Do you need some water or something?
I know, I'm like, I think I'm good.
What was your reaction when you heard that this season was sold out? I mean, I'm not sure if I expected to hear that a month before the season even started. I mean, we've maybe come to expect that from Hawkeye fans, but was there still a little bit of a surprise when you heard that news?
Yeah, we were. I mean, it was very exciting. Obviously, it's not a very common thing in a lot of women's basketball arenas. So the fact that we have now been able to have back-to-back years of doing so, it's very special, and all of us take it are very grateful for it. And Coach Jay had set us up like pretty high up in one of the seats, and she just kind of explained to us, like, put into perspective the arena that we're selling out, and it really does put into perspective and how special it really truly is that there's that many people that want to come and watch us every single game. So yeah.
From the conversations I have with everybody, as much as I know you guys had fun and were an energetic team last year, this year's team seems more, I don't even know the right word, like silly or energetic or bubbly or something. Do you sense a little bit of a shift in that direction, or is it the same as last year, or is there a different kind of energy around this team?
Yeah, it's definitely not the same as last year, but I do think that what you said about us being energetic and silly is definitely the truth. Like, I don't know, I feel like we come into practice and there's a different kind of buzz. I feel like my freshman and sophomore year, it was super serious. Like, we had a mission, we had a plan, and sometimes, I don't know, you can get kind of lost in that. And this year, I think we're just trying to have more fun with it. Not saying that those first 2 years weren't fun, because they were a lot of fun for me. But yeah, definitely a different vibe.
Who leads that? Are you the one kind of leading that personality type, or who is it?
I would say definitely like in the practice zone, I probably get it started. I like to call myself just an annoying player. So like whenever we go 5-on-5 against the guys, like I'll be over here just like chirping at the guys, saying, just being like a trash talker to all of them and just trying to get everybody else into it.
Are you a trash talker? On the court? I mean, when games come?
I will for other people, not for myself. Okay. Like that's what I was doing yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are we getting wrapped, or what's the timetable right now?
We got to go through the team photo.
Okay, sounds good. Just a couple more for you. Just tell me about the reaction of this team when you guys heard that they sold out the arena for the entire season. I mean, I think that surprised me even. What were your thoughts? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was definitely a little bit surprised, but it just gives you a confidence boost going into this season, knowing that Hawkeye fans still want to come and watch us play, and that they necessarily haven't given up on us, because there's a lot of people that definitely are putting a lot of doubt on us, but they believe in us, and that's all that matters.
Any kind of theme in the group chats or whatever when you also heard, I mean, talking about the doubts about not being in the top 5 of the Big Ten preseason polls?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We don't care about what other people have to say about us. They can say whatever they want. We believe in our circle and in our team. And Coach Jay has been saying it all year that we got next. And I don't know. I think people forget a lot of the time that we were also a Big Ten contending team before Caitlin got here. So we have all the right tools to get back there. So
they are going to be good again this year.
Iowa State too.
I know. We're gonna have a lot of good games.
Yeah. Taylor, how's your game changed over the off season? I mean, based on comparing what we've seen in the last couple seasons.
During this off season, I definitely wanted to focus more on expanding my game to all 3 levels and being a 3-level scorer. I definitely am I wouldn't call myself a 3-point shooter. I more so say like a 3-point scorer, because of just like the ability it takes to get myself open within our offense, especially when people are going to be hugging me because they know I'm a shooter. But I really wanted to get back to working on my mid-range game and my floater game that I did utilize a lot in high school and haven't maybe been able to utilize as much here. So definitely brought that back, and with Molly Davis and Gabby being gone, and they were really good at both those aspects, I figured that was something that I could start implementing more and that we could find useful. I mean, other than that, just keeping building confidence, and it was really good. We scrimmaged a ton this summer, which was really good for myself because I just needed to get more in-game reps and keep getting in shape, and especially I put on probably 10 or 15 more pounds than last year too, so trying to figure out how to utilize that on the offensive and defensive end and just kind of get back to it and start taking on more of a leadership role.
Coach Jay,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I know that you can be a bulk three-point shooter based on your high school game, but how about distance? I mean, with Caitlin gone, no more logo threes. Are you going to fill that role at all this year?
I don't know about logo. Maybe a step in front of the logo. But yeah, I mean, my range is something I've definitely been working on as well. And Coach Abby keeps encouraging me to take a couple steps back, especially if I missed a couple. She's like, just take a step back, you're fine. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So that's definitely something I'm excited to show out.
Yeah. Is that something that's built confidence in you? Because last year, I mean, you did get some quality minutes last year, but just maybe weren't getting as much as maybe you would have hoped possibly. But this year, I know that there's going to be a lot more expected of you, I imagine.
Yeah, that's right. I think I definitely have I've been an ambitious goal setter all my life, but I definitely have some big goals for myself and for our team this year. So I am excited to just get to implement those in more minutes and minutes in closer games and things like that and bigger games. So I just am excited to play in games that are down to the wire and things like that. It's so fun, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Considering some of those big goals that you have for yourself and for the team, what was your reaction when you saw that you guys weren't picked in the top 5 of the preseason Big Ten polls? It sounds like
I was shocked. I was so surprised, actually. But I mean, I think that's just another bit of fire. And truthfully, I mean, we've had a target painted on our back, and we've been everybody's Super Bowl game for both years that I've been here so far. And so I think it's going to be more fun to take on a bit of an underdog role and have to really fight for that and be in some games that are just battles. So I am excited about it, and I think that it doesn't matter where you start in the rankings, it matters where you finish. So we'll see how we end up.
And Coach Jay talked a little bit about defensive wrinkles, the Big Ten Media Days, that maybe is a little different than what we saw with Coach Bluter at the helm. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about maybe what's different about defense in practice?
Yeah, with our 2 new hires, Coach Sean and Coach Randy, they're both very technical, analytical minds, and which is something I love because that's how I'm wired as well. And I mean, Coach Rain has always been, kind of our defensive specialist as well. So now just having all of those eyes on our defense, I mean, we have already added in some different wrinkles in guarding ball screens, and we did box out. We're boxing out so much better, truthfully, so far. And when we have to go up against the guys, guarding all of them, and they're a lot bigger and faster and stronger than we are. So I definitely think we've already gotten better guarding as a team. And so just trying to implement team defense, and I think we're going to keep adding in some more pieces. We're still getting fresh and putting in our zone, and then we're in the beginning stages of that. So it'll end up being pretty cool.
How's that chemistry continue to grow with Lucy?
Oh my gosh. Well, we did spend an hour last night trying to get my cat off the neighbor's porch, so that happened. But she's just such a fun personality, and she's so fiery on the court. She's so passionate about basketball, and I don't know that I've ever seen anyone in the gym as much as she is, and that's coming from me. So she's here for she's here for a while. But I mean, she finds a way to be so bubbly and positive on the court, which I really admire, while also being very competitive, and she does not want to lose. And yeah, she's so fun to play with, and she really is looking to get her teammates open and make good plays.
But on the court, how is she? Does she she knows where to get my shot pocket is, everything.
I would say she has definitely. I mean, it's always going to be an adjustment when you're getting into a new offense, but she's definitely starting to figure it out. And now that we're beginning to put in some plays and stuff, she's having even more fun with it. And she's not robotic in the slightest. Like you can never guess what she's going to do next. And so it's kind of fun being on her side of that as well, because it's like, I don't know what she's going to do. I'm just going to get to move naturally and get to play off her. And I think that so far we're playing really well off each other.
What was your reaction when you saw that Iowa sold out the entire season?
I was also shocked, and the other day we went up to the back row, Section H, and we sat up there, and we realized, oh my gosh, people paid money for these seats, and people paid good money for these seats, and that's just kind of crazy, because I mean, the view is nice, but it's not that nice. It's not as nice as my view. And so it's so special, and this program has been so special for so long. And so just to get to reap the benefits of everybody that has come before us within this program is really rewarding.
I know you grew up in Nebraska, you grew up a Notre Dame fan, but now you're part of the program that's selling out arenas. I mean, what's just that like for you to be a part of a program like this that is making history every year?
When I was a kid and was sitting crisscross in front of the TV watching, the UConns and Notre Dames and everybody, and then watching Megan Gustafson and Tanaya and everybody playing, I never would have thought that I would have been a part of, back-to-back national championship games or a sold-out crowd. And I mean, that is just, it's so special when the garage doors open and we run out here every single night.
Last time I talked to you, you were still recovering. How are you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm 100% into practices and fully recovered. So it's been great. Yeah, I feel good.
Do you have an idea right now or a sense of like what your role is going to be to start the season? Are you going to be getting minutes, when we open the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to just continue to get into practice and figure out what my role is going to be. I've just been like, I don't know. I've just been like wanting, just like whatever the coaches throw at me, I'm just gonna get into it with positivity, and I'm just gonna go 110%. And so whatever that role is, I'm just gonna do it really well.
Do you ever talk about the amount of Miss Blank basketball are on this team, Miss Iowa, Miss whatever? Because I know it's you, Hannah, I think Taylor might have been Miss Nebraska. Have you ever totaled up how many Miss Blank state basketballs are on the
I know, it's kind of crazy. I'm surrounded by such amazing basketball players, and it's such a privilege to be able to practice against all of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you helped fill some of the seats in this building last year, you and your family.
Yeah.
Now, the news broke that they sold out every single game this season. I mean, what was your reaction when you heard that news?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I mean, the first time that I walk out of that tunnel and into this arena, it's just going to be so surreal. Having my family, they all bought season tickets, and there's just going to be a lot of people from my hometown here watching, and I'm just grateful. So grateful.
Did they have to buy season tickets, or can't you provide them with tickets for the season?
I can provide them with tickets, but they my grandma, my nana and granddad, my aunts, my uncles, everyone, they just all wanted to come, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna have to buy a bundle of season tickets, and they'll be behind the basket or something, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Do you know how many family members you have at each game?
I think there'll be 20-some. So
really?
Yeah, it'll be insane.
Every game?
Yeah, I know. It'll be crazy. It'll just be Callie's little fan club over there. It'll be awesome.
Is your whole family from around the Solon area or from Iowa City area?
Yeah, so my mom, she's from Blakesburg, which is 2 hours south, and then my dad's from Olsen. Okay. And then my mom, she ran track here at Iowa, and my dad, he went to Central to play basketball for a year, and then came here to Iowa to study law, and my sister's here, so I don't know, it's just always been home.
Yeah. What was your mom's event?
Yeah, she was fast. She was a 100, 200 runner.
Really?
Yeah, Big Ten champ in the 100
really?
and 4x1, so yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, she's fast.
What was her maiden name?
Underwood.
Underwood. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
I've also heard about the reaction to you guys not being named in the top 5 of the Big Ten preseason polls. I mean, a lot of times we talk about, preseason polls don't matter, but it sounds like you guys did take that personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I took it personally. I think our team's amazing. We got 2 Big Ten, preseasons, and we should have had 3. So I think teams are just gonna have to watch out for us in the Big Ten, and we're gonna come and surprise some people, I think.
Wait, so who were you two? Were you 2, Hannah and Lucy?
Yeah.
And Sydney was not on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I mean, I don't know about that one. I mean, Kylie too. Our team's just loaded, and I'm excited to see what we can do this year.
Does it seem I know something that Jan said was that with the injuries, Sid and Hannah have not even been able to practice together yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel from what you've seen in practice, there's still so much left on the table for when you guys actually are all back and healthy?
Yeah, I think when everyone's back, it's just going to be I don't know, it's just going to be this crazy moment of wow, look what we can do, you know what I mean? And so I'm excited for that moment, and I think everyone else is too.
I just want to hear about your reaction when you saw that Iowa sold out this season, the entire season. They were sellouts. I don't know if you expected that. Frankly, I don't know if I expected that to happen a month before the season even started. What was your reaction when you heard that news?
It's crazy. Hawk fans are amazing. They are loyal, and it is so cool to see. That was one of the things that when I committed, I was very surprised about. On the West Coast, there's not as much hype around women's basketball. But here, when I committed on Instagram, I got a whole bunch of Hawk fans that started following me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, where are they coming from? But it's so cool to see that. And I've never actually seen a live Carver Hawkeye game in this arena, so I'm super excited to see our first game when all of them are filling these seats and selling out the arena. It'll be super cool.
Does that provide more anticipation for the season for you guys, or more maybe motivation, like, boy, people are selling out these seats, we better come and deliver?
Yeah, I think that was a thought coming into the season before seeing that they sold out. But yeah, I think we just want to work hard for these people that are here supporting us and do as best as we can.
What's this team been like? I know you guys just started practicing, but what's the vibe?
I think it's just a fun, caring environment. Especially coming in as a freshman, all the upperclassmen have been super helpful and teaching me everything that I need to do and how to perform well. And so everyone here has each other's backs. There's no drama or jealousy or anything like that. And so, I don't know, it's just a super fun environment to play in.
What's it been like getting Hannah Stuelke back now that she's at practice and being able to learn from her?
Yeah, it's super cool. She is a dog. Like, she is fun to play with. She's, again, very kind and helpful, but when she's in zone or trapping someone, you hear her get big and loud, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, jump scare. But she does a great job playing with us, and I'm super excited to play with her this season.
Coach Jay just talked about you maybe separating from the rest of the fives and really impressing a lot of people in practice. Do you feel like you've seen that in yourself the last few months, how much you've improved just in stepping on campus here?
I think that for me as a basketball player, one of my tendencies is to overthink or think too much about where I'm supposed to go or what play or stuff like that, and sometimes that can hold me back from playing free. I think that settling in over these past few months, I've kind of started to reach that point where I'm playing free and I kind of know what's going on and I'm able to just relax and play basketball, and I think that's been the biggest beneficial helper for me, I guess.
Even though you guys are selling out the season and everything seems to be going well, you guys aren't picked in the top 5 of the Big Ten. Was there a chip on the shoulder moment for that, or do you guys, I don't know how much you really pay attention to the preseason polls?
People can think what they want to think, and we'll just go out there and work hard and have fun and see what happens.
Yeah. Do you feel like that provides, again, a little bit more of like something to prove, like people think now that Caitlin and Kate and Gabby are gone that we're not going to be anything more? I mean, do you guys feel like you now have something else to prove?
Yeah, we had a nice motivational speech from Coach Day about that the other day, and we got really fired up about that, so I think we're ready to come out and show the world who we are.